Have you ever had that moment where you were shooting some video, or you tried to, and it felt like everybody was watching you or interrupting you, and you felt awkward, so you vowed never, ever, ever to do it again? So today, here's the deal. I'm going to give you some simple tools to look confident, ooh yeah, and natural on camera, in public, so that your community videos connect instead of cringe. Yeah. All right. So we're going to be talking about that today. Let's jump on in to the influential inbox. My name's Robert, and I just wanted to talk about the special features of this neighborhood. And I wanted to talk about the walking trail and the lake, and yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the walking trail and the lake and all of the stuff that happens here. What? Huh? No, I didn't see your cat anywhere. What? Hey, y'all, listen, we are here. You got the phone in your hand and the perfect neighborhood behind you, and then the panic. It feels like everybody is watching, right? So let's talk about it. I don't know, and I'll share with you my story in just a few moments, but let's talk about it, and let's acknowledge some people here before we jump on in. Barbara Houston, 407, what's going on Instagram? Miss Sarah, what is going on? We got some people on Substack as well. So glad that y'all are here. Who else we have in the space, in the place? Do me a favor. If you are here, just go ahead and type your, go ahead and type your name in the chat, or you don't have to type your name. Just say what's up. All right, cool. So the influential inbox, if you have not tuned in before, is a show where I just answer some audience questions. I answer one specific question that my audience has sent to me. As a matter of fact, let me share how you can get your questions answered. Do me a favor. If you want to know when we're going live, text live to 240-557-8679. That's live to 240-557-8679. As a matter of fact, oh my gosh, we forgot to schedule our live text for this episode, but we'll get it. I'm going to send something after for people to watch this. All right. So the other thing that I want you to do is, if you have a question that you want to submit to me, go ahead and hit www.robertkennedy3.me inbox questions, robertkennedy3.me/inbox questions, and I will answer your questions there. Ruth 1 NYC, what is going on? So glad to see ye. All right. So let's jump back in and let's do this thing. So I've had a couple of conversations with real estate professionals recently who are considering letting their licenses lapse because they weren't doing it full time and they felt like the marketing part of this is hard. Right? And maybe you're not a real estate professional, but maybe you are a small service-based business owner, and you want to make sure that you're able to do your work without getting overwhelmed. So actually, I almost forgot. Before we jump on in, let me share one thing with you. We've got an upcoming challenge that is going to address some of this stuff. So let me share that with you really quickly before we jump in.
Invisible and start being influential? Join us September 22nd to 24th for the Amplify Your Voice with Video 3-Day Challenge. Free to join at www.amplifyvoiceandvideo.com. In just 3 days, you'll learn why your story is your sales secret, how to shift from awkward on camera to authentic and influential, and the #1 belief blocking your video consistency. You'll also discover simple techniques to make recording easier, what to say to grab your audience, and the 3 types of videos that build trust and get leads. Plus, walk away with a weekly content plan and the system to repurpose one video into 5 pieces of content. It's free, but upgrade to VIP for replays, Q&A time, and more. It's time to be seen. It's time to be heard. It's time to be paid. Register today at amplifyvoiceandvideo.com.
Yeah. All right. You want to jump on in with us? Head on over to amplifyvoiceandvideo.com. All right. So let's jump into our story. So yeah, I've had a couple of real estate agents or real estate professionals recently who were going to let their licenses go because they weren't doing it full time, and they felt like the marketing part of this was challenging. You know, you got to have people in your space. You got to make sure that you know people. You got to have your sphere, etc. And, you know, some people are doing it via referral. And if they're busy running around with their full-time gig, the referral part of it felt like it was hard. So I asked them if they were doing video, right? And they said, not really, because that felt like a lot too, or it looked like they couldn't get it on their schedule to do it, right? So one of them even asked the question for today. They were like, I want to shoot some quick videos around the neighborhood, but I feel awkward holding up the phone. How do I look confident on camera in public? Right? So I think the issue that they had was, you know, they're in the neighborhood and they're walking around doing this, and people start looking at them, and they kind of feel weird. If you have that issue, or if you've had that problem, go ahead and type me in the chat for me. Yeah, just if that's been a challenge for you, just go ahead and type me in the chat. Yeah, so if you are in the real estate space, and maybe you're not just a real estate agent, maybe you are a small service-based business owner, and you want to shoot some quick videos. You want to shoot stuff around the neighborhood, but you feel like everybody's eyes are trained on you. And so you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this, right? You're a real estate professional. You're like, I want to shoot a quick coffee shop highlight or local tour, and everybody's looking at you, right? I've got a video on my YouTube channel where I tell real estate professionals, especially, that one of the things they can do is shoot neighborhood videos. And I've had situations where I do these videos and people are looking at me. But here's the thing. Here's what I want to get into before we even dive into how to manage or to navigate that. Confidence isn't about pretending that people aren't there, right? You might have people around. You might be on the street and cars are driving by and they're looking at you, or you may be in your neighborhood and people are on their deck, on their lawn, or they're mowing or doing plants, and you feel like they're looking at you. Confidence isn't about pretending that those people aren't there. It's about shifting your mindset, right? About 12 years ago, I was doing a challenge called 28 Days to a New Me. For those of you that were around with me that long, wow, yeah. Mark Chambers, yeah, you were around for that. Yeah. Raylene, you were around for that. Yolande, you were around for that. A lot of people, you were around, and we were doing that. And each day I would film a quick motivational video. This was before microphones, lighting, or any of that. I didn't have any special equipment. It was just my phone. It wasn't even an iPhone. It was a Windows phone at the time, right? The one that you like flip out and had the keyboard. So I was filming video because I was leading this challenge and I needed to have something done every day for 28 days. But here's the deal. Life was happening and I didn't always have time to shoot something on the road. So there were times where I would pull over into a gas station and prop the phone up on top of the car hood. It was the most scary thing, right? Because when I watched the videos back, I could see my eyes, and let me get closer for this. I could see my eyes, oops, wrong button, right? I could see my eyes when I was watching the video, like darting back and forth like that. I don't know if you saw that video at the beginning. You could see my eyes darting back and forth. As a matter of fact, let me play that again for you so you can kind of see the beginning of it. My name's Robert, and I just wanted to talk about the special features of this neighborhood, and I wanted to talk about the walking trail and the lake. So if you've been watching videos, or if you've been if you have been, what's the word I want to say? If you're creating videos and you're out in the neighborhood and people are around, you might be thrown off because you're like, oh my gosh, they're watching me. So I was doing these videos and I was thinking, oh my gosh, they're watching me. And usually they were, right? Because I'm outside, I'm there. And when you're doing something inspirational or motivational, you're not just talking. You're doing something. You're getting your energy in, right? And so they were watching me. Now, one day something hit me though. Here's what hit me. I didn't know any of these people. Most of them wouldn't see me again. And so what I began to do was treat the strangers like they were my audience. The more that I thought about them as my audience, the more that I could focus and shoot my video. Here's the deal. People are not judging you. They're just curious. Confidence is choosing not to apologize for showing up. You're like, my goodness, I need more confidence to do this. Choose not to apologize for showing up. You got something to do. You've got people to serve. You got something amazing to do. Show up. But here's why it feels awkward, right? Because there's something known as the spotlight effect. Our brains exaggerate how much people notice us. Right? Our brains are self-conscious and self-important. Our brains exaggerate how much people notice us. Eleanor Roosevelt is credited with saying, you'd stop caring what people think about you if you realize how seldom they actually do. Yeah. Right? So we've got this belief that everything that we do is being watched and judged and critiqued by others. And so we've got this fear of messing up in front of those people. And as I mentioned, most of those people are strangers, right? And the other thing that we feel is like we need to be perfect when we're out and about. And we really do not need to be perfect. So I want to walk through, and we're not going to spend a long time here. I want to walk through several tips that you can use to boost your confidence and get your videos done when you're out and about. All right. So let's start with numero uno. Okay. So let's start with number one. Start small. I want you to start small. All right. Practice in semi-public spaces like your car or a quiet street corner. When I was starting out, I would just have the phone propped up in my car somewhere and doing these videos. I don't know if you remember Kev on Stage is a big YouTube comedian. And for the bulk of when he was first starting out, most of his videos were in his car, just talking, asking questions, walking down some random street, right? Start small. Start small. You do not have to walk into the middle of a stadium in order to shoot a video. Start out small. Okay. Second, I want you to script your first two lines. Script your first two lines. That should be your hook and maybe a transition statement after that. Here's what happens. A lot of people click that record button and their minds start racing and they start fumbling. And pretty much the first thing that they say is either, hey guys, or hello, 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 or good morning, good morning, good morning. Always got to be the 3 times, right? And they're saying something that is random and it's not branded. It's not really, it's not putting a stamp on who you are. There's some people that have an opening line that is a brand. A lot of times you might hear me say, hey, y'all, it's Robert Kennedy III, RK3, that's me. Branding line. But most people say, hello, 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 or hi, everybody. And then they fumble into the next line. I want you to script your hook line. I want you to script your hook line. So, for example, at the beginning of this show, the first thing that I said was, have you ever had a moment where it felt like everybody was watching you and interrupting you, and you felt so awkward that you vowed never to do it again? Well, today I'm going to promise to give you some simple tools to look confident and natural on camera. That is scripted, right? I wrote that and I have it on a teleprompter on a screen. I don't know if you can see this, right? There's a teleprompter in front of me, and I have those words printed in the teleprompter, right? I don't have my entire show, but I do have an outline in that teleprompter. And that allowed me to be comfortable, confident, and bang right from the beginning. I didn't have to ramble into the show. I know exactly what was going to happen. I know exactly what I was going to say. Okay, so I want you to script those first couple of lines. Third item, I want you to do a body language boost. Body language boost. Here is why. Quite often we sit down in front of a camera, or we sit down and we are walking in with the continued stress or the continuation of everything else that's been going on. You've got to tell your brain that you're in control. Your body's got to tell your brain that you're in control. So do something intentional and specific that says, boom, cut, we're moving into this power moment. Shoulders back, chin level, smile. Do something that tells your body, tells your brain that you're in control. I'm about to do something awesome. I'm about to do something amazing, right? So start small, script out those first two lines, and then do what I call a body language boost, right? So maybe you're out there and you've got people that are staring at you. Still, you're outside, you're doing a neighborhood video, or you're doing something out of your normal space. And you're saying, maybe you're in an airport and you're like, people are judging me. Well, here's what's happening. Instead of thinking that they're judging you, they're just wondering what you're filming. They're wondering if you are an expert. They're wondering if you're an influencer. They're wondering what is so important that you have to say in the middle of this crowd, in the middle of the outdoors. Take that in, because you are the expert at that moment. And guess what? What if you mess up? Oh, so what? But here's the deal. Your camera doesn't need perfection. I said this on one show recently. Your camera doesn't need perfection. It needs presence. All right? Your camera doesn't need perfection. It needs presence. Let me give you some bonus ideas. Where is my bonus overlay? Bam. Here we go. Come on. Oops. Let me make sure I got the right thing. Bonus. I want to see a bonus. There we go. Fantastic. I should have made it so that, yeah. All right, cool. All right. All right. Bonus. All right. So here we go. As a bonus, a tip to get this under control for you, I want you to think about yourself as an influencer or an expert or a movie star. And one of the things that you can do is get a selfie drone. Yeah, you can get a selfie drone. As a matter of fact, there are a couple that I'm going to share with you. Here's one. It's the DJI Neo. Okay, this is on Amazon. You can get the DJI Neo, which is a selfie drone. Why is it called a selfie drone as opposed to a regular drone? Well, there's some stuff that it does. There's something called follow me mode, and it's also self-flying, so you don't have to joystick the direction of it. Okay, and it can follow you. It follows you like you're walking into a building, you're walking down the park, or those types of things. It can follow you, and it's got 4K. The other thing that it can do is it can stay close up and go right beside you for some close-up shots. It's got what we call smart tracking, and it's also controller free. One of those selfie drones that you can put your hand up and when you're done, it'll land right in your hand. So you've got quite a few different things that you can do with this one. And this one is the the DJI Neo mini drone. I will do a review on that on another video. And here's another one that you can get, which is the Hover Air X1. Okay, the Hover Air X1 drone. Again, another one with the self-flying camera, follow me mode, and it's super light, super simple. It's got the hover mode, it's got the follow mode, and again, one of those for you to land with some different gestures. Okay, so having a drone or having a selfie drone is another option for you. The other option, let me get this again. Bonus, the other option is to get a helper. Get a helper. I know they're called selfies, but selfies are not necessarily, or selfie videos don't mean that you have to do it. Right? Well, actually, that is what that means. Yeah, forget the selfie word. What I would like for you to do is get a helper. You can trade recording moments with somebody else, right? You can trade recording moments with somebody else. Get a family member to record. Get a family member to record. I used to do this with my son all the time, right? He would stand and he would record a video for me. Really simple, really easy. You don't have to overthink this. It doesn't have to be long. Okay, I said trade recording moments with somebody else. You might know another real estate professional or small business owner who needs to do video. Let them record you and you record them. Get outside, you record them, they record you. And the third option is for you to hire somebody. You can hire somebody. You do these things, you are going to look like a star. And here's the deal. When you show up like a star, when you believe that you're a star, you will not feel the same awkwardness around this. All right. So here we go. We're getting ready to land the plane here. I want to give you some actions that you can take on in order to transform yourself and feel less awkward. So action number one, I want you to do, this is like homework. I want you to find a public park to record a video, even if it's just 15 seconds. All right. I want you to find a public spot to film and record a quick video, even if it's just 15 seconds where you are saying, hey, my name's Robert, but, do what I said to do earlier. Script out those first two lines. Okay. Keep it simple. Action number two, post that video without over editing. Sometimes we record and the videos stay in our phones and they stay on our desks or they stay in our laptops and we don't post them because we are overthinking it and we're like, oh, I got to get it edited. It's got to have these graphics that are flying in and out. It's got to zoom. It's got to have the jump cuts. Most people don't even know what a jump cut is. It's got to have all this stuff. It's got to have overlays. It's got to have Robert's dancing people walking in. Do I have any dancing people? I might just have, I've got that. It's got to have all the crazy stuff, right? Don't over edit it. Confidence grows in the posting, not just the recording. Okay. So I want you to just post that video. Action number three, we just talked about this. I want you to recruit a filming partner, either somebody that is in business that wants to do video or somebody else that can film for you. Okay, I want you to do this. These are some actions that I want you to take so that you can become more confident and you can begin to take that next step towards you creating a vehicle for your audience to find you without you always having to show up in the space where they are. Okay, so I want to encourage you to try one public-facing video. And listen, if you are on LinkedIn and you do a video, tag me, Robert Kennedy 3. LinkedIn.com/in/Robert Kennedy 3. Tag me so that I can cheer you on. All right. Listen, y'all, that's been the episode for this week. I want to remind you to jump in with us for the Amplify Your Voice with Video 3-day challenge. Head on over to amplifyvoiceandvideo.com and join us. It's coming up soon. Make sure that you get locked in. If you want to be better on stage or on video, cameras, frameworks, stories, communication, that is the avenue to help you generate more income and attract your ideal audience. All right. So I want you to be a part of that challenge. If you've got any questions, let me know. Let me know. As a matter of fact, those selfie drones, I will post those in the comments or in the captions underneath the video once this is done. All right. So my second thing is, if you have questions that you would like me to answer in an upcoming episode, make sure that you submit those to robertkennedy3.me/inbox questions. That's robertkennedy3.me/inbox questions. Hey, y'all, remember this. Confidence isn't waiting for awkwardness to disappear. It's showing up anyway until the awkward turns into authority. Listen, y'all, this has been fantastic. It's been great hanging out with you. And I want to see you next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. for the next episode of the Influential Inbox. I'll see you then. Peace.